Okay, let's start this video. I have been collecting market updates for a while. And I've been posting them into a spreadsheet to see how the Villages is doing with its sales. And it has two categories. It has pre-owned and it has new homes. And only does the Villages report contain their sales for new homes. This one, we're seeing a trend. We're definitely seeing a trend. So let's take a look right now at the report. So here we go. We have completed the second quarter of 2024. And what you're going to see in this market report, let me zoom in a little. You have the first section is pre-owned, second section is new, and third section is total. I, in the past videos, have focused on new homes because that really is the market in the past for the Villages, agents and the village itself. And I also have really focused on close, not pending. Pending's going to turn into close the next quarter. And so I like to look at closed. Gives me the number of what has happened. And I will plug these into the spreadsheet, but I thought this time, since I did print this out, I do have it on the web. I'll put a link in the description below for the second quarter. If you want to look at it, double check me of what I am plugging into my spreadsheet, because I have done in the past, made a couple of minor errors, and we want to look at the trend. But that, community-wide report here, let's go to page 2. So page 2 of this report kind of gives you the three areas: Spanish Springs, Lake Sumter, and Brownwood. And you can see pretty much they're all existing villages, and therefore pre-owned is what you're going to find in those three areas that are completely developed. If you're interested in pre-owned, this is a good kind of area to see how much the averages are going for. I always like to look at the average prices of series. Keep in mind, Spanish Spring is older, probably a little bit less money. Lake Sumter landing area is much more popular and desired, so prices are usually higher there for depending on what you're looking for. And Brownwood usually falls in between those two categories. Even though I'm looking at this, cottage prices are higher than Spanish Springs. And then we can move on to they've broken out the Sawgrass Grove area, so it kind of goes from, it kind of goes pretty high up. It goes from Chitty Chatty all the way down, and then all the way out to Lake Denham, Dabney, the Enclave. And those are the latest areas that they're selling, and then the Eastport area. And the Eastport area, that's Moultrie Creek and the others. And so you can kind of see under new homes, they're still selling second quarter, closed 272. Year to date, they've closed 874. We'll look at that. When you look at the Eastport area, they're selling more homes in the Eastport area, clearly 506, almost twice as many in the Eastport area than they are in the Sawgrass. But keep in mind, Sawgrass, much of this area is built out. Pretty much Dabney is where you're going to find a home, maybe a few homes in Lake Denham. And the super homes you're going to find in the Enclave. In Eastport, you got a wide range of in that area of what is being sold, and the report looks interesting. Again, I'll include the link down below of just where you can link and see this report. But I really do like in the Villages putting out this report. We're going to take this front page of the market report and we're going to go to my spreadsheet. Okay, so here is my spreadsheet. Took me a second to get to it. But you can see here, I start out with 2021 back when I first got the year-to-date totals out of 2021. Then I did all 4 quarters of 2022 with the year-to-date, and then I did 23, and now we're into 24. And just a recap from 2021. Now, we did have a boom, kind of a boom, but limited supply of houses in the Villages. But total homes, both pre-owned and new homes, they sold over 7,122. This is just the Villages selling, not the MLS. 2022, they dropped by about 1,000 homes to 6,000. Now, these numbers do not include Middleton. My understanding, Middleton is kept out of these numbers. It's not part of the Villages. So I'm sure they sold probably more than, I'd say, 500 homes in as they've gone along, and I don't know how many in 22 or 23, but I know there's homes and people living in homes in Middleton. Then in 2023, we dropped about 500 homes in the Villages. They went to a total of 5,601. I also want to let's look at homes closed, because I think that's a little bit better. Pre-owned, a lot can come on the market, a lot can be sold. It really is an reflection of the new builds. And the new builds, went from 4,004 in 21 to 3,749, 23, 3,103. So about 900 homes less over 2 years. With the interest rates, with the increase in costs for the Villages, I get it. One of the intriguing parts here, though, is the average sales price. The average sales price went from $371 in 21 to $420,000 in 2023. So that's the average. That's kind of impressive in the sense that homes have not really gone down. And this is something I put in another video, because people believe a lot of homes on the market mean prices drop. I think prices have continued to be, or asking prices have continued to gone up. But just by looking at this is from through 2023. So 2024, we're into 4 quarters here. And I kind of did this. Just new homes, they sold 721. Well, that is clearly down from the last 2 years, from 1,033 in 2022, the first quarter 851 to 721. Definitely down. Then, second quarter, 978 in 2022, 704 down. But this year, it's up, 778. So it's up over last year for the second quarter. So here's what I did, because I'm just trying to get a feel for where are we with home sales for 2024. And so I put between 721 and 778, what happens if they continue to sell 750 new homes? And if you do that, it comes out to 2,999, which is down from 2023 as a estimate. Total estimate's going to be corrected when the real numbers of the rest of the year. But the trend here is the market is going down. It definitely, from 21 to 22, it went down by 14%. In 22 to 23, it went down by 8%. So it is tracking. And if you were to do this one, it's not as big. The estimate is about 3.5% down is where I'm projecting where they're going to go. It's not doom and gloom. They're selling homes. They are selling homes. It's just not where it was back when interest rates were 3%, or when we had COVID and a lot of people were moving. So I do see this trend of coming down. But it is interesting if we go to pre-owned, that market, 22, 23, and what I'm estimating with 600 on average that they do in the third and fourth quarter, it's running flat. It's running flat. So I really looked at it and said, home sales are trending down, but not necessarily for pre-owned. Pre-owned are selling at the same pace. So even though there's more on the market, it looks like pre-owned are continuing to sell as many. And if you add in the MLS, now I looked into MLS, MLS sells between 40 and 50 homes per week. And that turns out to be about 2,340. So whenever you're looking at a home pre-owned, the market is about 5,000 homes sold each year. Half from the villages, half from the MLS. So that's just my guess as to when we're talking total sales. I think that's an interesting thing to make note, because I think sometimes people don't understand how many actual homes are being sold in the villages. And when you're talking about 5,000 pre-owned and you're in the ballpark of 5,000 to 6,000, you're talking about 10,000 homes being sold each year. The trend is down. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to give you a snapshot of the numbers. I do see the trend coming down, but I'm looking at the massive area below the turnpike of where they're building. I think they're going to go gangbusters and build what they can. I think they're going to build as many new homes as they can, as quickly as they can. They're going to sell lots where you want to design your own home. They're going to continue to work on Eastport, but I would tell you my perspective of knowing that and let's go back there. When I look at this market report, and I look at the Sawgrass Grove area, Citrus Grove, kind of where the line is for Lake County, that bottom portion took 2.5 years to build. And they're not completely sold out. So let's just say 3. When you look at the Eastport area and the amount of land down there, I know there's a number of golf courses going in, which is going to fill some of that area, but it's going to take 12 to 15 years at least to build down there and grow it out. And it's going to take some time if they're only selling new homes at about 5,000 a year. It's just my guess. Well, they're only selling new homes at about 3,000 a year. Yeah, if you're talking about that whole area built out, I would not get too over anxious. It's going to take a dozen years to. So if your retirement is a little ways off and you want to wait and see how that develops, you got some time. And I think at the current pace, I think the Villages knows this. The market changes. There may be right now a drag on the housing market. There may be a drag to interest rates are high, but things usually come around. If you're experienced over time, I think they know that at some point it's going to come back, and people are going to trend that way. And they also know the population is getting to that retirement age. There's even more and more every year that are reaching retirement age and looking for the right place. So a little bit gone on, but there's my second quarter report. I see the trend coming down. You look at those percentage of going down. Went down 14, went down 8. I'm predicting 3% down. Hope this was helpful. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I do have a very long video that's coming. I'm working on it. It will help if you're interested in new homes. That's all I'm going to tell you, is it will help in your search, and it will show a little bit of what's happening south of the Turnpike. Thanks for watching.